a modern Egyptian language that everybody could read at that time. And then more importantly, or most importantly, the bottom third was Greek. At that point in time, if you want to be considered as a scholar in 1800, you have to learn Greek. So in other words, there were lots of clever scholars who can read Greek. The beauty of this Rosetta Stone was based on the fact that they were talking, that all three languages were talking about exactly the same thing. They were describing exactly the same thing. And because of that, and this to and fro, Greek, and they match up with the hieroglyphics, then we now are able to read hieroglyphics. Without this Rosetta Stone, which by the way is actually in the British Museum, without this Rosetta Stone, we would still be groping in the dark to figure out what hieroglyphics is. So it is the same thing with this human genome. You have 30,000 genes. Nobody knows which genes are responsible for aging. It's almost like with 30,000 words, genes, that somehow we have used those genes to write this book of life that consists of more than 1,000 pages. And we have no way, everybody has access to the book, by the way, every scientist, not just us. But if we didn't have or didn't develop this biological Rosetta Stone, we would not have been able to find out the aging genes. And that's what we have done. With the help of a variety of collaborators over the years, we have figured out exactly where those genes responsible for aging are located. Okay? And this is where we have collectively identified these genes and call them as groups youth gene clusters. And these are our supermarkers of aging. And because of this youth gene clusters discovery, we are now able to design ingredients, age-lock ingredients, that can actually affect these clusters. And that's why it's so exciting. For once in a company history, that you can actually are able to address sources of aging that are fundamental in the body. There is nothing peripheral, superficial about that. If you hit those youth gene clusters, you got an anti-aging effect that is caused at the source of aging. All right. So the first generation, we came out with the galvanic treatment gels, age-lock treatment gels that was launched in October. And then we're going to come out with another 4 products in October at the Global Convention. That will be our second generation. Now, one could ask the question, why do you need all these age-lock products? Why don't we just have one age-lock product and that will solve every problem? Not that easy, because the treatment gel with the age-lock, it contains different types, different levels of the ingredients because of the way that the galvanic spark operates. So it is good, but we're going to have the final, there is actually a final product that is called age-lock future serum. I like to think of that as mother of all serums. Because I can say that's a MOAS that can kick ass. Alright, so that one, but this whole regimen, we're going to use this new age-lock technology to really transform both our product lines. It is not about this year, it is not about next year. This, we are talking about age-lock for the next 10 years at the minimum. Okay. And then if you stop and think about what Alan had mentioned to you and what Sean has mentioned to you, you are talking about a business opportunity that goes on and really, really be able, that you can use it and create a sustainable lifestyle for yourself. So these are great products coming through. The Galvanic Spark and the TrueFace Essence Ultra, if you have heard, is an incredible story as it stands, and you should be continuing. And you can, all I want to tell you today is the future is equally bright, if not brighter. And it's not just about today. It's about giving you the opportunity of products that can really sustain your business as you make it successful. So I think that's what age-log is all about. And this is what we call the youth gene clusters. And how we are able to do that, I will describe it better at a convention. But bottom line is, it's about an aggregation of more than 30 to 40 years of scientific research and discoveries to put it together in a database that helps us to identify these youth gene clusters. And then we can restore it, these youth gene clusters. Think about spring cleaning of your genes. I'm not messing with your genes, by the way. I'm